Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. We have a great show lined up. Got a special guest here in the studio, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. High today is going to be right at 90 degrees, low at 78, and the water temperature now jumped back up to 87. That's about as warm as it's going to get in the Gulf of Mexico, but it's really warm out there. Let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola Bluntstown is real steady. Again, like we talked about this yesterday, it's 1.5, and the Choctaw Caryville is a 3.4. Both the rivers, not a lot of movement. Neither one of them going up high, none of them going down low. They're just sort of hanging in there for the weekend. A lot of folks going to do some freshwater fishing on Labor Day weekend. Like I said yesterday, remember, late summer fly fishing is excellent. The flies are busting out. Mayflies are even coming out in late August, early September. So be aware of that. A lot of y'all keep a diary of what y'all do from year in to year out. And I noticed a guy talked about this time last year. He had a really good hatch of mayflies down on the river. So be aware of that. Take a look at a tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. For our inshore fishermen, we got a high tide this morning at 10:25 and a low tide tonight at 7:36. We got a 1.8 foot range. Good movement, but the big news, of course, is the wind blowing, and we're getting that east wind from this system south of us. It's about 10 to 15. Be aware. You really don't want to go offshore in this kind of. Anytime you got something out of the Gulf, you just don't want to go offshore. Just be amazed at how it builds up, and you'll be in one area and it will look pretty good, and about 15 minutes later, all of a sudden, it starts building up, and you get in trouble real quick out there. So stay close to home. Okay, let's take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, and welcome to a familiar face. Y'all watch him almost grow up here on Panhandle Outdoors. It's Michael Cowart, but we call him Captain Michael Cowart. Good morning.
Thank you, Coach. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. He's got his captain license now. Already graduated from high school, graduated from Arnold, and you're in college now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm happy to be able to go to college here and fish and stay home. So.
We talking about the term living the dream. Michael is living the dream because he's still going to school. He's got like night classes and all late afternoon.
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm being able to run trips in the morning and go to school in the afternoon. So.
Yeah, I asked his dad if I need to give him a note to get him in class this morning. He told me no, he's taking late classes, but you're running your trips.
Yes, sir.
And what's the name of you got your captain license when?
That was back in late February.
Okay, got your captain license, and you fish a long time. You fish since you were knee-high to grasshopper, and now you're starting to run trip. What's the name of your company?
Shallowtails Adventures Inshore Guide Service.
Shallowtail Adventures Inshore Guide Service. And Michael, I know we've talked about it on the show before. A lot of people don't realize what good fishing we have here locally.
Oh, we have some of the best fishing anywhere right here at home.
Yeah.
We're just blessed to be able to fish, and live in such a place where fishing is so great here.
I know it. Okay, we're going to go through some of these pictures here. Let's see. And they're sort of random, and we're going to talk about them. And let's talk about this one right here first. We got the Emerald Coast Redfish Series.
Yes, sir. That was the most recent tournament. Heath Lavin and Alan Chase won that one. But I was weighing in. The biggest slot redfish I've ever weighed in Florida was 8.8 pounds. It was an absolute pig. Yeah. And you can see the girth of that thing in the bucket right there. He's fat.
That's a healthy one. 8.8 pounds.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, that's a great picture.
That was over in Lafitte, Louisiana. Caught that one about a foot away from the troll motor. Just dropped down like I was bottom fishing, but in 2 feet of water, and he ate that Z-Man minnow, just sucked it down.
No kidding.
Yes, sir.
That close to the boat.
Right there. I mean, I thought he was going to run into the troll motor.
A lot of people don't, we talked about it before, a lot of people, when the last 10 or 15 feet, are rushing in really fast, but they're fish close to the boat.
Oh, absolutely, especially in Louisiana like that. They don't care. They'll eat it when it's coming out of the water.
They're not selective, are they? All right. Here's a good picture. You poling along?
That was up in West Bay. That was one of the first times I ever took out my boat when I first got it, and I was just shocked how skinny that boat will get. I was probably 4 inches of water right there.
Well, tell us about your boat. What kind of boat you got?
I got a Bossman Tortuga. It's the same hull as a Hells Bay Waterman, but the inside's a little bit different, a little bit more economical for someone like me. Can't afford it at Hells Bay yet, but they're great boats. They perform awesome.
Okay. How about this picture here?
That was in Houma. That was about 3 weeks ago, and that was in Houma, Louisiana, just up in the swamp catching big old redfish like that.
They have a lot of tournaments over that way, don't they?
Oh yeah, we fished. This will be, and next month will be our 3rd one over there this year.
Have you learned the area pretty well?
It's a lot easier to learn than I thought it would be. You go over there when you first see everything looks the same. But when you got a good GPS, which is crucial because you'll get lost back there in a second. But it's a lot easier to learn than you would think so from looking at the map.
You learn to trust your instrument panel, don't you?
Absolutely. There's no other way to go. It rarely ever leads you wrong.
Yeah. That goes, pilots will tell you that's one of the first things they got to learn how to do. They just got to learn that instrument panel. Same way with fishing. Okay. What about this one? This is down to ICAST, isn't it?
Yeah, that was an ICAST. We ran into y'all over there.
Yeah, we sure did.
And that was me and my dad and a guy we fish against in tournaments, a great guy, Lionel James. He's running trips too. He's a captain over out of Navarre area, Fort Walton.
Yeah.
So he's a great guy. He also fished for Skeeter and Legendary Marine, but awesome guy.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And that was back at a seminar at West Marine, just showing people who came how we rig up stuff, tying knots, stuff like that after the seminar. That was one of my favorite ones. They did such a good job over there at West Marine, setting everything up and making us feel right at home.
Do y'all have any seminars coming up in this time soon, or do you know yet?
I don't know. I think we've pretty much wrapped it up for the year, but I'll have to find out. We'll let you know. I'm not exactly sure.
You keep it posted. That's a pretty color, too. Where was this one?
That was back over in Houma as well, Louisiana. And that one, caught that one. And first off, it was a big old 30-inch redfish, but also caught me about 5 pounds of grass when I was reeling in, so it felt like I was bringing in an anchor.
They hang out that grass, don't they?
Oh, yeah. And, they'll float up on top of it. You throw it in front of them, they'll hit it, and then they run down in that grass, and all of a sudden you got 10 pounds of grass and 10 pounds of fish.
What's the biggest difference fishing Louisiana and, say, the West Bay or the Panhandle area? What's the biggest difference?
In Louisiana, there's redfish everywhere, but the better fish are up in freshwater almost. So you'll be catching bass and brim and redfish at the same time. So if you can find that clear, fresh water, it's a lot different than, you're sight fishing a lot, and you sight fish here as well, but sight fishing over there is a huge deal. You can see we got the tower on the boat. So most of the fish we catch, probably 20 to 1. 20 of them are caught sight fishing, well, one is just a blind fish you just threw out there.
You looking for the tail or you looking for the swirl?
You see the tail, and most of the time you just see the water. You get back in that fresh water so clear, and you can just see it's like orange, just floating up on top of the grass like a glowing.
It makes your heart beat fast, don't it?
Oh man.
We know what he's talking about. All right, what about this one here? Tell us about this.
That was the IFA Open over in St. Andrews, and that was one of my favorite tournaments I've ever fished. That was a more narrow field. Some of the best competition we fished against. We finished, I think, 9th.
I remember that.
It was tough conditions, but it was awesome being back here at home fishing IFA.
Yeah, cool. And let's see, this one here.
That was from a while back. That was from last year about this time. That was the tournament we won over out of Pensacola. Okay. And we were on those kind of fish all day long, just weighed in right at 14 pounds. So that was a fun time. And
we got a father-son fishing team. That's a good combination there.
Yeah, it is. We try mostly get along for the most part.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Okay, we're going to take a break and be right back with Michael. Okay, welcome back. So here we're Captain Michael Coward, one of our local captains here, and just getting started, and just a tremendous fisherman, a great young man. Before we get back to red fishing, we want to talk about red snapper now, opening up this weekend, Labor Day weekend. It's in state water. It runs for September and October. A great situation here. They're going to be, fall fishing for red snapper is awesome. So get on a headboat or something. I hope to go in October, get up with Bobo and ride out there with him and do some snapper fishing. But it opens up this weekend. All of y'all know about that. Same limits, the same size and all that. So be aware. Now, it's going to be open Monday for Labor Day, but the rest of the time it's just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay? Now, let's talk about one of your big sponsors. You fish a lot with Z-Man Baits.
Absolutely.
And we have different captains come in and fish with different baits, but I know y'all like to fish with Z-Man.
Yes, sir.
And you were showing me, and y'all were down there at ICAST in their booth.
Yep.
What do you think about ICAST?
Man, is that
awesome?
Man, that's like a dream come true for a fisherman. As far as you can see, just booths and fish and stuff, the newest stuff everywhere.
We showed video for about a month now. In fact, we saw the last one yesterday on the show on the ICAST, and it was just really really good. And I know you and your dad were there and a lot of other locals there. But tell us about Z-Man.
Well, Z-Man, they hit it real big this ICAST. They unleashed a bunch of new stuff, and this is one of my favorite things they come out with. And another thing I'll show y'all next time I come on, but this is the Z-Man bait binders, and basically it's just the best storage system for Z-Man baits. A lot of people have trouble with it because you can't mix Elastec baits with other baits because they'll mix together and they'll have a reaction and they'll melt into a big old puddle. So they come out with this bait. It's just basically a zip bag, and you open it up and there's rings on the inside like a binder, and Z-Man has these little holes in their packet, so you can just flip through the colors you want, open it up, get out the color you want, zip it back, and you're all good. You don't have to worry about opening up different bags or searching for different bags. You can have all your minnows in one bag and all your paddlers in one bag, and it makes it easy.
What a neat marketing idea. Why haven't people been doing that? So open it back up, and you got different styles in each bag. So
yeah, just different colors in each bag. These are all the Z-Man minnows. These are my favorite baits to use.
Show us your favorite one, some of your favorite colors.
And this color right here, this is the red bone color. It's been working great this summer. It's been so hot. And basically,
let's see if it'll go with Jeff, if it'll fit right there.
So basically,
okay, it's just go ahead and show us how you rig it up and all.
It's a little paddle tail, and they work so well. And you just basically rig it like you would do any paddle tail, but the way this Elastec works, the material they use, it just makes it work so hard and paddle so hard, and you can't do that with any other bait. And that same stretchiness is what allows it to just work so hard, and they throw pretty good too because they're dense.
Okay, look at that. And you like that red head?
Yeah, I mean, I'll use any head. I like the way the red looks with that red bone with the red flake in there. Yeah. But I mean, they work with any head. You put a little Procure on there, and you can't keep fish off of them.
What ounce is that? A quarter, eighth ounce?
That's a quarter ounce.
Quarter ounce. Okay, quarter ounce. Okay. Okay. Show us a couple more colors you have in there.
Another color that's been working really good is it's called Morning Glory is their color. It's an avocado-looking color with a chartreuse tail. Those been working, as well as the Pearl, which I got right on top because I throw these so much. This is just a plain white, and these have been working great too. Just simplicity sometimes is what's best. But all those have been working so well, and especially with this hot summer, it's tough to get a lot of fish to eat, but those have been working really good.
That you look at those, you know anything about red fishing, and that is really a good combination right there. And it's odd too, it's different parts of the day that are different, different sun angle. Do you find that to be true?
Oh yeah, and especially with the clarity of the water is really what you can get in some places where you can't even see the bottom, some places crystal clear.
What do you like? Show us what you like to fish with in muddy water. What would you
I like the darker colors. This color right here really works all water because it's kind of in between. But they get in that muddy water. I throw darker colors. Sometimes that little bit of chartreuse on the tail helps it stand out. But clear water, you got to go with the lighter colors like white and light colors like that.
Y'all move around a lot. Let's talk about fishing in general. I know I fished with you and Dad some, and Bill Allen. We've all been back and forth out there together, and it's great fishing with y'all. What about when you see some? I know Fred Meyer talked about one of his keys is just cast as far as he can.
Absolutely, that is. Everybody thinks that everybody's just. Well, that's so vague, you know. Everyone's you got to throw far, but that is so important. Have the right equipment where you can throw far because. Unlike Louisiana, a lot of times these fish don't want to be close to the boat. So you got to get out before they're scared. You know, even if they don't run away, they can still feel you if you're close. So you want to be able to throw it out there before they even know you're there.
Do you find that the early morning or late afternoon, what's your favorite time of day to fish?
When it's this hot like it has been, it's almost, you might as well not be out there during the heat of the day because it is so hot and the fish are hot. They go get in the shade, they move off to deeper water. But whenever, when it's this hot, morning, afternoon is a lot better when it's cooling off and it's not nearly as hot.
What about when you're fishing now? Do you fish it slow or fast, or how do you tell us about your fishing technique?
Whenever you see fish, like you can see one pushing, or you can see fish, or you got a feeling that one's up there, you want to fish it slow, keep it in the strike zone as long as you can. Whenever you're covering water, trying to search for fish, you can fish a little bit faster because you don't even know where they are. You're just trying to find them. But whenever you know there's some right there, you want to fish it slow, keep it in front of them as long as you can.
See, that's two different scenarios. That is so important, Michael. I'm glad you talked about that because, like I say, if you know they're there, you're going to approach it a lot more differently if you're trying to find them. And that's category A, category B, and a lot of times we don't clarify that. But once you know they're there, what's your number one thing you got to do?
Yes, keep quiet. Don't be banging around the boat. You want to set up a drift, not even necessarily have the trolling motor on. You just want to set up a drift and get up close to them. A lot of times wait for them to come to you. You know, you rush up there to them, you see a fish, and you're, oh, there's fish up there, and you race up there, you're scaring them away.
Yeah, and you know when it's spooked, when they take off like
oh,
that.
yeah, and you'll know it, too, and your heart breaks.
Oh, I know. It is a sad feeling. All right, well, let's close out this as far as the technique and all. Talk about your tackle, your line, your leader, and that. What about what size line and what kind?
I like to throw 10-pound braid. I'll even break out 8-pound braid sometimes. There's fish that just don't want to let us get close enough. That 8-pound braid, you can throw it far enough. Everybody's still throwing 20-pound braid. Some people are still throwing mono, and you got to get past that because you'll be shocked how far you can throw this lighter braid, and it's still plenty strong.
And what about your leader?
I'll throw 15 to 20-pound fluorocarbon, about 18 to 24 inches long.
Okay.
And I started tying this FG knot, and it's an awesome knot. If you definitely look into it for tying
What's
braid.
it called now?
FG.
Okay, we're gonna look that one up. So
it's an awesome knot for tying.
It holds real good.
Oh man, it's the strongest knot there is.
Okay. All right. We're gonna take our final break and come back and talk about Michael's guide service. Okay, welcome back. Here we're Captain Michael Coward. We're going to talk about this segment about fishing and all, but first let's do our fishing game forecast brought to us by Barron's barbecue sauce, and it is one time today, 12:12 to 2:12. That's the time to go today. I know we talk about it with all of our guests. I always ask them about, do you believe in those fishing times? We certainly got times when they biting and when they ain't biting.
Absolutely. I mean, it a lot of times it seems to correlate between the fishing game forecast and when it is good. People say it works for hunting too.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And 100% so far, the people I've asked, outdoorsmen who know what they're doing, 100% of people say there's something to that. So that's why we like to present it every day on the show. So good deal. Now, let's talk about the name of your fishing guide service.
Shallow Tails Adventure Inshore Guide Service. And,
okay. We got up here on the screen, and we're just going to run through a couple of pictures and some inshore guide service. Okay, just we're going to scroll through it, and you can find it online there. It also has a Facebook page. Okay, specializes in redfish. And we haven't talked much about trout. You catch a lot of trout.
Yeah, trout's actually been pretty good. It was slow the last few weeks, but the last few times we went out or been running trips, we've been doing pretty good on the trout. Okay,
and flounder and tarpon. How about the tarpon fish? You been catching some tarpon?
Man, we've been doing pretty decent this summer. I haven't really targeted tarpon as much as I'd like to before. Been focusing on tournament redfish and stuff like that. The guide has allowed me to get out there and really chase tarpon. Man, that's the most fun. I mean, even if you don't even get one to bite, just seeing these massive fish swim by right next to the boat is just awesome.
That's so true. Michael and I were talking about before the show, and he said something almost music to my ears. He's talking about he's just getting started in the guide service, and he really wanted to work and have a lot of clients who are local. And I just love when he said that. I mean, it wasn't promptly he said that and all, because there's so many different captains and all that they just really want to concentrate on people out of town. That's their business, and that's fine. It works fine and all, but a lot of times us locals are sort of left out in the cold. So tell us about that.
Man, that's some of my favorite trips, is getting people to come out and go fishing, and they're just trying to learn what's in their backyard. They have no idea the great fishing that's in their neighborhood. So getting them to go out there, a lot of times people just want to go out and learn how to do it. They just bought a boat, or they don't even know inshore fishing is really a thing. They've been snapper fishing their whole life, so they want to go in and learn about it. And I just love being able to teach people, you know, what's really here. They don't even, a lot of times they have no idea.
That is so true, and a lot of times you go out, and a lot of times I know a lot of folks have friends come in from out of town, so, you know, come stay with you for the weekend, for Labor Day weekend or something. They want to go fishing. Well, your boat's not working or something, but they can always go with you.
Oh, I'm always ready to roll.
Do we have your number? Let's see, your number's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Here it is right here. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the screen. 532-0232.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 532-0232. And you go half day, you go mornings, afternoons, weekends, and about.
Anytime they want to go, we'll go.
So you don't have to skip class too much, do you?
That's right. I mean, I got night classes, so it's as long as we're in by 5:30, we're good.
Okay. One of the things now, of course, your Facebook page has a lot of pictures. One thing I noticed when the GoPros first came out, they add a lot to a fishing trip, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
I know you take a lot of video.
Oh yeah, I love to get out there and take video when we're fishing, me and my dad, but I also love to get video with clients, and I can, you know, get the videos back and send it to them, and they can share it and show everybody when they get home what they did when they were here in Panama City.
And you got all the equipment aboard. They got all rod and reels and
Oh yeah, we're ready to go.
all the baits. And of course, you always yourself want to take some personal responsibility. Always bring a wide brim hat.
Sunglasses are important.
Yeah, and a little bit of a weather gear if you think it's going to rain. But and I always like to bring a snack too.
Oh yeah.
I always bring a snack for me and some of the people on board. They always call me the bread man because I'm always bringing the food for everybody. So when I go with folks, but that's important. What's some of your favorite spots? West Bay, East Bay, or?
I like staying in West Bay because it's not too difficult. East Bay is sometimes, depends on the day, can be a hit or miss. It can be absolute home run over in East Bay, and it's easier for me to just stay over in West Bay. That's where I launch out of, and there's a lot of consistency over there in West Bay. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's decent, but it's never great or bad usually. So it's usually always a place you can go find some decent fish over in West Bay.
I know you know the area well, and also there's a couple of different ways to fish. There's dock fishing, there's shallow water fishing. You do both of them, don't you?
Oh yeah, wherever the fish are at, we'll go find them. Depends on what we're targeting or how the weather looks or how the conditions are, tide and all that. We'll go find the fish. So it just depends on what's given to us.
Well, that's the key to it right there, go finding them. I mean, they're out there. I mean, they don't go in a cave or things, but they're out there somewhere.
Yeah, they got tails. So if you can, I love hearing people say, well, they were right there yesterday. I don't know where they went. Well, they got tails, so they're going to swim somewhere.
Yeah. So listen, it'll be a great experience. I want to encourage you to get with Michael. He's locally a local captain here and went to school here and learned how to fish right here. And I know Bill Allen had a lot to do teaching you how to fish.
Yeah,
and your dad.
Oh yeah, he taught us everything we know. He showed us the way.
This is what we're talking about, passing it down, and that's what Bill did. And Michael's going to do it. Just think about all the people that he's going to touch in years to come, because he has this passion for fishing. So I want to encourage you, if you want to go fishing with somebody that really has this passion for fishing and going to give you 100%, call Captain Michael Cowart.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, you keep doing good in school now.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. All right. As always, folks, I want to tell you how much we appreciate it. Y'all get hooked up with him. Literally get hooked up and have a good trip. Okay. Today, now make sure you do something good for your fellow man. Always enjoy the outdoors and share it with other people. You have a great day and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.